You click cancel, the page asks if you're sure. You click again. Now it offers a discount. You click again. Now it asks why you are leaving. You click again. Now it warns you about the benefits you will lose. At some point, something strange becomes clear. Signing up took 10 seconds. Leaving has become a negotiation. That is the hidden system behind modern subscriptions. The entrance is smooth and the exit is rough. The same company that removed every obstacle before payment suddenly discovers friction after you try to stop paying. Sometimes this is not simply bad design. Sometimes it is the design. Most systems do not reveal themselves when you obey them. They reveal themselves when you try to leave. That is when the interface changes. The bright button becomes a gray link. The simple path becomes a maze. The word cancel becomes manage membership. The choice becomes a sequence of questions. Are you sure? Would you like to pause instead? Can we offer you one more month? Why are you leaving? None of these screens looks dramatic on its own. They are small, polite, ordinary. But together they form a pattern where entering is easy, staying is profitable, and leaving is made just difficult enough that some people will give up, forget, delay, or come back later. This video is not about one annoying subscription, it is about the business model of making you stay. In 2010, a London-based UX designer named Harry Brignull gave a name to something many people had felt but could not yet describe. Some interfaces were not just confusing, they were confusing in a useful direction, useful for the company. He called them dark patterns and defined them as user interfaces carefully crafted to trick users into doing things they did not intend to do. In 2023, Brignull published Deceptive patterns, expanding the idea into a broader account of how design can be used against user autonomy. One of the most important patterns had a name that sounds almost too perfect, the Roach Motel. Easy to get in, hard to get out. Another was forced continuity, a free trial that quietly becomes a paid subscription when the user forgets to cancel. These terms matter because they turn a private frustration into a public pattern. Once a pattern has a name, it becomes harder to dismiss as user error. Maybe you did not miss the cancel button because you were careless. Maybe the interface was built so that missing it was more likely. Put the two paths side by side. The entrance path is designed for conversion. Fewer fields, fewer clicks, bright buttons, pre-filled information, social login, stored payment cards, a message that says you can cancel anytime. The exit path is designed for retention, more screens, more warnings, more questions, more offers, more uncertainty, sometimes even a different channel entirely, a phone call, a chat window, an email, or a visit in person. This is the asymmetry. The system knows how to remove friction when it wants your payment, it knows how to add friction when it wants to keep it, and this is not an isolated annoyance. Research from Princeton and the University of Chicago found deceptive patterns on more than 11% of 11,000 popular shopping websites. A separate University of Zurich study of 240 trending apps found that 95% contained deceptive patterns, with an average of more than 7 per app. To understand why the exit gets harder, follow the money. Subscription businesses are built on recurring revenue. A customer is not only a purchase, a customer is a stream of future payments. That is why two metrics matter so much. Churn, how many users cancel, customer lifetime value, how much money a user is expected to generate before they leave. Lower churn raises lifetime value. Higher lifetime value makes the business look stronger. A company can grow not only by gaining new users, but by slowing the loss of existing ones. There are good ways to do that. Build a better product, offer better service, make the subscription worth keeping. But there is another way. Make leaving harder. Not impossible, just inconvenient enough. One more click, one more screen, one more question. One more offer. One more reminder that you will lose something. The user may still technically have a choice, but the choice has been loaded with friction, and friction changes behavior. The free trial is one of the cleanest examples. It begins as a gift. Try it free for 14 days. Try it free for 30 days. No commitment. But the trial often requires a payment card before the user has decided to pay. The default is not ask me later. The default is charge me unless I stop you. That small reversal matters. The company does not need every user to make an active decision to stay. It only needs enough users to forget, delay, miss the date, or misunderstand the timing. In deceptive pattern taxonomies, this is often described as forced continuity. Access begins as a trial, then continues as a paid subscription unless the user takes action. This is where forgetfulness becomes revenue. The business does not need to convince every person. It only needs life to get busy. An email gets buried. A reminder is skipped. The renewal date passes. The charge appears later, and by then the energy required to fight it may feel larger than the money lost. This is not just a billing detail, it is a design of defaults. The default is stay enrolled. Leaving requires effort. The clearest recent case is Amazon Prime. In 2023, the Federal Trade Commission sued Amazon, alleging that the company used deceptive designs to enroll consumers in Prime and made the cancellation process unnecessarily difficult. According to the FTC complaint, Amazon internally referred to one cancellation flow as the Iliad, after the long, difficult epic poem attributed to Homer. That name says a lot. The problem was not simply that users could not cancel. The problem was the journey required to do it. The FTC alleged that users were pushed through a process filled with confusing choices, repeated prompts, and opportunities to abandon cancellation before the final step. In September 2025, Amazon reached a settlement with the FTC, $1.5 billion in refunds to affected customers, and a $1 billion civil penalty. Amazon also agreed to simplify Prime enrollment and cancellation flows. Amazon did not admit wrongdoing. The details matter, but the larger pattern matters more. A subscription was easy to enter. The exit became a journey, and once regulators named that journey, it stopped looking like a private annoyance and started looking like a business system. Amazon is the headline case, but it is not alone. The FTC has alleged that canceling Uber One could require up to 32 individual actions. LA Fitness faced action over cancellation processes that could require in-person visits or certified mail. Instacart agreed to pay $60 million over allegations involving free trial disclosures. Different companies, different products, same pattern. The user enters through a simple path. The exit becomes delayed, obscured, or moved somewhere else. These designs work because they do not need to overpower you. They only need to wait you out. Most people are not making perfect decisions every second. They are tired, busy, distracted. They have bills, messages, work, family, errands, and a dozen small tasks already waiting. So when cancellation takes effort, it gets postponed, not because the user loves the service, because the user is human. Behavioral economists call part of this default bias the tendency to stick with the current state. If the current state is subscribed, then staying subscribed requires no action. Canceling requires action. Sunk cost makes it worse. If you already paid, you may feel you should use the service more before leaving. So you stay for another month. Not because you want to, but because leaving feels like admitting waste. Then there is fatigue. A confirmation box may not stop you. A second screen may not stop you. A phone number may not stop you. But each added step creates a moment where the user can say, I will do this later. And later is where subscriptions survive. The Zurich study found that many users do not recognize dark patterns even when they encounter them. The design works because it does not look like force, it looks like a process, it looks like normal. Regulators have started to focus on the same question users have been asking for years. If signing up is easy, why is canceling hard? In 2024, the FTC finalized a rule often called click to cancel. Its central principle was simple. If a user can sign up online, they should be able to cancel online without unnecessary extra steps. The rule was set to take effect in July 2025, but days before that date, the Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals vacated it on procedural grounds, ruling that the FTC had not conducted the required economic analysis. So the rule itself is not currently in effect, but the issue did not disappear. The FTC has restarted rulemaking, and enforcement has continued under existing laws, including Section 5 of the FTC Act and the Restore Online Shoppers Confidence Act. At the state level, roughly 30 states have enacted their own auto-renewal laws. California's updated law, effective July 2025, requires online cancellation without additional steps and requires that any save offer appear alongside a clearly visible cancel button. The legal landscape is fragmented. But the principle is becoming harder to ignore. A real choice should include a real exit. The digital marketplace promises choice. Choose your plan, choose your service, choose what to watch, read, use, and pay for. But choice is not only the freedom to enter, it is the freedom to leave. When cancellation is hidden behind menus, warnings, discounts, forced calls, and carefully arranged confusion, staying is no longer a simple expression of desire. It becomes the outcome of a system designed to keep you enrolled. This is what the invisible patterns is about, the systems that do not look like systems until you try to resist them. Harry Brignull gave us language for one of those systems. Deceptive patterns do not always block the door. Sometimes they just make the door harder to find. The real test of choice is not whether you can join, it is whether you can walk away. If the exit is harder than the entrance, then the choice was never fully yours. Deceptive patterns are not always about blocking the door. Sometimes they just make the door harder to find. The real test of a choice is not whether you can join. It is whether you can walk away. If the exit is harder than the entrance, the choice was never fully yours.